Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I guess we don't need to see that picture back there. But what's up, everybody? This is DTM, Delta Tango Mike. Let me double check what the audio sounds like. Make sure that it sounds fresh. Make sure. There you go. It's a little. It sounds fresh. A little strong. Sure there you go. It's a little strong. There we go. Boom. There we go. We good. What's up, everybody? This is DTM Delta Tango Mike. Welcome to another live stream. And I was just doing a little sound check and it sounded a little crazy, but we're back on. It is Tuesday and it's a special Vector Maestros subscribers only live stream that's open to all. Today, I'm making it open to all because I have a lot of stuff to share. And instead of focusing on one little thing that we go over on Tuesdays, on most Tuesdays anyways, for my subscribers, I want to go over a few things that's open to all so that everyone can find out what it is that we do at Vector Maestros. What is Vector Maestros? What is the subscriber thing? What is Behance? Can you believe it? Some people don't know what Behance is. I don't blame them because Adobe does keep Behance a little bit under wraps, but still, it's like you should know about Behance and some of the things that are available on Behance, including subscribing to artists like myself who have some skills and tips and tricks related to something that you want to learn. All right, so without further ado, let's jump right on in and go over real quick, go over the agenda for today. All right, so on today's agenda, we're going to explore VectorMaestros.com and check out the free resources for digital artists. I put together a website called VectorMaestros.com, and it has a ton of resources, including access and links to a lot of my live streams where we share awesome, amazing professional tips and beginner resources for artists who are starting in Adobe Illustrator and Vector Art. So we're going to go over that. Plus, I'm going to break out my Samsung tab. It's down here to my side. And I got caught up in doing a bunch of stuff this morning, and I forgot to break out my tab. But it's right here. And we're going to talk about, we're going to break out the Samsung tab, the Surface Duo. My Surface Duo is right here. So it's a phone by Microsoft. It's Android. The tab is Android. Plus, we're going to talk about the iPad and iPhone and how to use your iPhone to create vector artwork through some of these vector apps available on any device and skill level. I forgot to bring my Surface. I knew I was going to forget one device, but I have but you guys have seen a lot of my videos through the Surface and the iPad, and the iPad is right here. Boom, and I connect everything wirelessly, most of it, and I forgot to check this thing here, but I have a wire for this, so it's okay. Hello Harsha, how you doing? Welcome to the stream today. All right, so now on every Tuesday, you're gonna tune in on Tuesdays. If you are a subscriber, you'll be able to tune in on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. every week, and we share tips with two main apps for vectors on the iPad or desktop, and that's going to be Adobe Fresco for the vector brushes and lots of layers, and it's going to be Adobe Illustrator vector art with anchor points, freeform grading, and the pen tool, and a ton of other stuff that is amazing in Adobe Illustrator. We will be on the iPad and desktop with Illustrator, and it's you want to hop between both depending on what it is that you're working on. Plus, we're going to explore the diverse field of vector apps for Android, Mac, iPad, iPhone, and PC. And I have a list. And as I was updating some of the apps on my phone this morning, I realized there's a lot more apps on the phone now for vector art, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to add these to that list. So check out that list. There's a link in the description of the video, and you can check out the list of vector apps that are available for almost every platform. Some apps are only Android, some apps are only iPad, and some apps are only iPhone, and so it's a mix. So, and if you want to subscribe for more exclusive vector streams and behind-the-scenes podcast interviews with artists, then there is a link for the subscription. And the last thing is a link for the one-on-one vector art design and the art business sessions. To schedule a session, there's a link in the description of the video. Click on that and you can set up the time that and place that works for you. All right, so that's the breakdown of what we're gonna go over today. And if you have any questions at any time, please leave it in the chat. Like Harsha says, hello. Well, welcome to the stream, and I appreciate you leaving a comment. So let me open this other chat window. Boom. Open in browser, please. Thank you. There you go. Cool. So if you leave me a comment, whether it's on Behance or on your favorite platform that you're watching this right now, and that could be on Twitter, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Behance, Facebook, and YouTube. There it is. Yeah, I forget. Tamika in the house says hiya, heya, hiya. All right. Let's get right into it. Thank you all for being here. All right, so let's talk about vector apps and what are they for. As I pull up the website, Vector Maestros, and it's important to check out some of the things that we have on VectorMaestros.com. And let me go ahead and switch my screen and add another in the eye. Let me see if I can add a second. I have a ton of stuff going on the screen. It's okay. It's okay. Because we're gonna need all of it. There it is. Let's see. Boom, there it goes. It's bounced up. Yeah. All right, I like it. And I do want to fix my camera. All right. I did that. It worked. It worked a little bit. And I'm facing the right way. That's usually a thing. All right, let's display and yeah. So let's get rid of those things. Oh, and then that's back. There we go. Boom. All right, cool. So this is my iPad, and we're gonna visit on the browser Vector Maestros, and we're also going to visit the Vector Maestros on Behance to familiarize ourselves with what are we talking about. What is Dan talking about? What is this about? Why? Okay, there you go. That's good enough. And I will take this hashtag off. There it is. Bam. All right. So, Vector Maestros, master the art of vectors. And that's basically that one place where you can find out all there is to know about vector art and the vector art that the resources and tips that I share. Right. And so, besides reading about why I do this, you can immediately get into some of the content that I have to share. So there's a DTM versus art battle portfolio, the live streams on Behance, which you're looking at right now, one of them. The subscription on Behance, which is going to check out in a minute. And then Illustrator on the iPad with Adobe Max. So let's click on that, because if you missed out a couple years ago when I was part of Adobe Max and I shared some tips and tricks on making a coloring page with Adobe Illustrator on the iPad to desktop, then you're in luck. Here are the videos. You just click through the videos, read a little bit about what happened, and then click through the videos so that you can catch up with the process. And then there's a full breakdown link right here, and it should be more apparent, so I'm gonna think about that, where it takes you to Behance and you can see the whole project as the screenshots of the projects that is the same as in the video, but these are the actual screenshots. So let's get back to the website. And then finally, if you want to download the workbook or the AI file, they're right here on the page. So this is just one example of some of the things that we have on the website, Vector Maestros, that you can immediately start building your vector art knowledge. We're going to talk about what vector is in a minute too. We need to talk about what is vector. And then like put that in the middle, like what is vector? And with the big question mark and all capital letters, like okay. And so the subscription on Behance, it is what it sounds like. Of course, it doesn't show up in here because this is my page here, so on the iPad, so it doesn't show the same way on Behance app as it should on this on there. Let me see if I can get this to open in new tab. Can I just open? There it is, the tab. Boom, there it is. So this is the subscriber area for the Behance and Vector Maestros, where I have a few subscribers who come through, and we hang out on Tuesdays. We hang out on the Discord whenever you have a question, whenever you're looking for something that I can help you with when it relates to vector, to art, to the business of art. Then you can subscribe, and it's a monthly recurring thing, and you can have access to a lot of these live streams that are here, including some behind the scenes interviews with creative artists as they share their creative journey. And I ask some of the questions that relate to how they make certain decisions, why did they choose to do certain things about their career, and making and learning and experimenting, and we all learn from that. So it's a very robust and full of content that replays, but also it's a very current thing that happens every week, and I'm going to make sure that we stick to the 10 a.m. or the time that fits your schedule. And so I've been asking the artists to go ahead and share with me, the subscribers to share with me, when is the best time to meet and interact and go over vector art projects that you may have questions on. Big ups to Boss. What's up, Boss? Joining us on YouTube. And so back to Vector Maestros. All of this vector art live streams and videos that are all over the internet. They're on YouTube, they're on LinkedIn, they're on Facebook, they're on Behance. You can access them right here on Vector Maestros. And then there's a quick text links here, sketch to vector live streams on Adobe Live. That takes you straight to YouTube, and you can see all the sketch to vector videos that I worked on with Adobe for Adobe Live. Let's go back to the website. DTM versus art battles. Did you miss out the art battles that just wrapped up a week ago? It was 13 art battles, and the latest one was against Art the Artist. So there they are, plus some behind the scenes of me working on some of the artwork for these art battles. So that's what's in this playlist. Let's go back to the website. Adobe Pro Tips with DTM. I had a series of pro tips with Adobe Live and Behance, and so we have a playlist for that. So anything that's related to art and vector, I've kind of condensed the links into one place, and that's Vector Maestros. Vector Brushes Magic. What's that? I forgot. Okay, I did have a 2-part series, and I talked about how to make vector brushes with Adobe Illustrator. Yes, that's good. That was 2 hours. Huh? How did I do that? Yeah, I guess this was some real long. I forgot already. That's why. And when artists ask me, I put this website together because when artists ask me, "Hey Dan, do you remember that video where you talked about this and you did that?" I'm like, I remember the video, but where is it? I don't know. It's in that stuff. It's all in that stuff. And Melissa Showers in the house. What's up? What's up? And Tamika says lots of content. Yes, this is why I put this together. Thank you, Tamika. Is that because it's hard for me to remember, like, when did I talk about this tool? When did I do this video about this thing? Where is it? I know it's on YouTube. I know it's on Behance, but I lose track because it's a lot. I have a lot of stuff. And let me tell you, a lot, years ago, and Tamika was one of those subscribers back in the day when I first started Vector Maestros. So I try to stick a lot of stuff into the website, and but the website only contains the things that I was making then. Years later, I have a ton of stuff everywhere on the internet, and so it is that one place online now where you can find all those things. Now, as you go further down the website, you get to see, well, what is vector art? How do we learn the vector art fundamentals? And what are the art resources and business coaching for vector artists? And so I break down a little bit about what it is that I do when I teach vector art. And it's not just the vector part and the apps, but also focus on the kind of art that you want to make and art techniques. So it includes drawing and then the business of art, because some of us want to make art our one and all. That's it. I don't want nothing else. I don't want to clock in and clock out of any job out there, because I want art to be that job. And so because that is something that I have information on, then, and I want to share it with any art student that's interested in growing their art career, then I include it as part of Vector Maestros. We have a full agenda on what it is, some of the things that we go over. We have a way to lock in a session that where it's going to be a one-on-one, and of course some FAQs. Now, you don't have to do any of that. That's just something that I'm offering straight up to anyone who's interested in growing and growing. I don't want to say fast, but moving at a pace that's for them, but it's very focused. If you want to stay very focused, then that's what this area is for. And Melissa says, so much amazing knowledge to share and keep track of. Yes, it is, Melissa. That's why it took a long time to think of this website and how I structure it, because it is a lot. Now, if you want to just join us and hang out with us in some of my live streams, what's up, boss? Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. If you want to join us and hang out with us and just learn as we do our live streams and hangouts together, then there's ways to join us for free. And the first one is through our Discord. You can click through the Discord link, and I think it's here you go. It's hot. Everything is hot pretty much. What about the word Discord? No, the word Discord is not. So I need to make sure some of these things. This is why we're doing a little review. Anyways, you can join us in our Discord. We have the Sketching and Drawing Discord. I'm actually live streaming into the Discord right now. When I do most of my live streams is Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Behance, and Twitter, and onto Discord, so that you don't have to look for me. You don't have to click on the links looking around. Well, where is Dan? We have our own Discord where you can just jump in, hang out with us, and then ask questions. I have my headphones on. Bree is in the house. She's already in the Discord right now. Since before I went live, she was already hanging out in there, and we're gonna hang out after. And so I have my headphones on, so if you say something in the Discord, I will be able to hear you. We also have texting available in the Discord, so you can ask your questions. And if you don't want your voice heard, either on the stream or myself, you just want me to watch your comments and questions, we have a chat. So it is very robust ways to get in touch and continue together. Behance, of course, there's a way to just follow my Behance page and catch up when I go live. That's every Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. Those are free. Come on through. And then, of course, we do have the YouTube channel, Vector Maestros, where I've tried to organize as much information as possible in the playlist so that you can follow along whenever you're ready. You don't have to. It'd be nice if you're around in person, like right now, Melissa and Tamika and Harsha and anyone else who hasn't left a comment. Boss GFX on YouTube. It's nice if you're there live when I go live. If you're there in the chat hanging out, great. But if you're not able to, and I get these messages, and one of them was this morning, I'm at work. One yesterday was, I'm going to be at work when you go live at 10. I know, I'm sorry. But that's okay. Don't feel the stress about having to catch up when we're live. There's always the replay. So that's what having all that organized playlist material on YouTube is for. Just come on through when you're ready, when you can. Leave comments in the video so then I can respond later in case you have any questions, comments, suggestions, and so on. And if you'd like to receive some free Vector goodies, go ahead and leave your name and the email address. That's all I require. And boom, just go. I'm going to start sending out some free things, including behind the scenes tutorials on how to do certain things that are going to help you understand your process a little bit better. I have a long list of many things that I'm going to share. So come on through, join us in the email list. Let's see. Melissa, you're funny. When I grow up, I want to be like you, Dan. Yes, come on, we can do it. Want to be like me? Yes. Boss says, yes, I'm watching you. You got this. Thank you. Appreciate it. Simran is asking how to manage a Behance account. Number one, you have to have a Behance account. Number two, add some content information about yourself and links. Boom. There it is. The third thing is to make sure your projects are laid out nice and neat and they provide lots of information. And if you, and we definitely should have a session where we go over our Behance profile and how to manage your Behance account so that people will hire you. That's right, Simran. That is a great question. It's too long of an answer for today, but why not? Let's add that to the list, especially if you're a subscriber, especially if you're part of our Discord or hanging out with us. Then we're definitely going to take time to answer all of these questions through a live stream so that we can all learn together. But I will say this as a short answer: check out my Behance portfolio. See how I organize my information, and Vector Maestros is also a guide to that. Is that you want to structure your information so clean and your creative process in a way that's easy to understand for any potential client to immediately recognize your talents and be like, okay, this is the artist that we need in our project. Let's give them some money and let's do this, because that's what a portfolio should do for you. It should speak on your skills. It should speak on your talents and convince others that you deserve the gig now. And that's the purpose of the internet. This is how you use the internet also, so that it can talk about you when you're not around. So by the time people come across you and talk to you in person or through email, a text, a chat, boom, they're already convinced. So there we go. That's a quick little answer for that, but there's a lot more that we can go over. Other things that you can find here on the website, let me see, home and about. You can read a little bit about me. It's very short. I already have lots of websites. You can know more about me anyways. Delta Tango Mike and That Creative Genius are two of those websites. But there's a little quick about me. And let's go back to the home, because from home, let's just go like this. I can go home right there. Is these major links that I was talking about. All right. So if you want to lock in a session, just click through the sessions, and then you can start learning vector art. It gives you a quick synopsis on what are the requirements and what are the things that we need to be able to do if you want to meet in person. Yes, we have in-person options if you're in the ATL. If you're not in the ATL, don't worry. We got Discord. I don't like Zoom. I don't like what is the other Blue Jeans and what are the other things that I don't like those. I wanna hang out in Discord, and so we have different levels depending on how far you want to go with the sessions. And so we can start with a simple single session. It's a 1 day, it's 2 hours, and you can schedule it right here on that same page. You pick the date that you're ready for it. And I need to adjust some of these dates because there's things that belong there and the station will be open, but it's all good. That's why I have it in my calendar to check on that. Anyways, you can lock in a 2 hour session, book it right online, and then boom, we're done with it. The agenda, I'm working through all the agenda stuff because I have a lot of notes everywhere, but it breaks down like what are some of the things that we will encounter during our sessions. And it allows you the chance to pick out some stuff and say, this is what I'm interested in right now only. Can I just pick out this thing right here? Yes, it's not a course. It's not something that you have to start at one place and get to the other place to get the full knowledge of information. It's more about a set of reference points that will allow you to learn at your pace with the things that interest you, and some extra things that you may come across because they relate to the things that interest you. But at no time are we focused on a structure that we cannot deviate from. I can't stand that kind of learning. I always like to work with the artist's goals, the artist's ideas, and focus on the artist's strengths and build up the artist's weaknesses. That's it. And it's always going to be different for every artist. Of course, you can get in touch with me. There's the contact page, and of course, we have a Vector Maestros on Instagram. And what is this? Oh, this is the list of apps. So we're moving through, moving past a couple things. But look, this is some of the list of apps that I have found, and some of that I have used and that I have on my devices, just because I use mostly Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Fresco for vector art. But I felt that I should always have the chance to try any app at any time with any device to be able to create what I need to create. And so I got I should put numbers on them because there's a lot of them. Look, it goes on and on and on. And I found some other ones today that on this iPhone, and I was like, what? This is something I had not seen yet. And so I want to make sure that I add those in there too. And I forgot about this one, Amadine. I had seen it before and played with it, and I forgot all about it. There's a question by Melissa. Awesome. Are the one-on-one subscriber only or one-off? The one-on-one is a one-off, and that's separate from the Behance subscribers. So the Behance subscribers is all of us together every Tuesday hanging out, and I should make thank you for that question, because I should make a really clean explanation on that. Is that so subscribers, we all hang out together, and there's always time for us to learn as their questions comes in. The one-on-ones are one-off, and they are only dependent on you showing up, you coming down with the list of questions and things that you want. And most of the time, I like to have a little conversation before the date of our first session, so that way the student is prepared, I'm prepared, and then we focus really hard on what we need to learn right then during the session. Thank you for that question. I'm going to make a note of that. Hello, Teacher Zone. Appreciate you coming through. Thank you for being here. All right. Okay, so let's see. Agenda. That was the agenda. Oh, the contact. There we go. I forget where things are. So I'm going to add the FAQ. That question, one-on-one subscriber only or one-off, and what's the difference between the sessions and the Behance subscription? Cool. A blog, I'm starting to put a lot of more things into the blog that I find online and the stuff that I do online, including today's video. I'm going to make a blog out of today's video, include the questions, include the things that I'm realizing that I need to be more clear on. And so, but right now on the blog, the first thing you find is my Adobe Max presentation from a couple years ago, and a series of interviews that I did with vector artists a few years ago, and then includes Havana Wen, Chris Jones. I actually just saw Chris Jones the other day at DragonCon. Kevin Mr. Soul, Justin Anderson, and let me see. There's just some more stuff, and I just make stuff. Oh, there's another Hispanic Heritage Month this month, and I'm gonna be live at 2 locations this month in Atlanta. So catch up with me. And that was it. That was my first podcast. I thought I had more. You know what? I have an idea. This is podcast 4, so that means I should have others. Where are they? Oh, there they go. I was gonna say, I know I got more stuff. David McLeod. I need to catch up with these guys. Ron Smith, Goldie Gold. He was part of our panel discussion a few weeks ago at the library here in Atlanta. And then this introduction to the podcast. And I had, I think this was a big live stream that we did way before we had live streams the way they are today. And so it was crazy. It was nuts. Anyway, we're going back in history. So that's all there is in Vector Maestros. Again, there is a subscriber section in Behance for the Tuesday streams and anything else that you may have. And sometimes just the Behance subscription would be enough to just get access and get a little bit of insight as to how to grow with your art. But the one-on-ones is where we really go direct, all in on these vector art and design plus art life. Okay, art business. Yes, the business of art. All right, so now let's before I break out the tools, let me talk about what is vector art. Let's go open Illustrator. Got my pen right here. Boom. Let me see if it's even charged. I haven't touched this iPad. I have several, so come on. Where are you? There it is. Trying to lock in the pencil. And there is, yeah. Let's go right here. This one. Let's see. These are all drawings. And there you go. Let's grab the calendar, the ASCII calendar face. And let me explain for a second what is vector art. We look at a drawing, we look at a picture, and you can see colors and lines here. And let's go ahead and select the direct selection tool. Click and drag. Can I click and drag? I won't click and drag. How about if I go like this? There you go. All right. What we're looking at now, these are anchor points. This is what we call anchor points. And it's a little bit hard to grasp what that means. But I have a trick. I have an answer that includes a trick for you that makes it really easy to understand. And so you see all these little points right here. This one right there. This one blue point right there. Right? Not the little circle, but that square right there. There it is. No matter how much I squeeze into it, it's still the same size. Anyways, so all of those squares are called anchor points. And in between the anchor points, there are paths, right? So 2 points make a line. Oh, don't want to get far into math or whatever, but 2 points make a line. Well, the points are called anchor points, and the lines are called paths. And when we have a curve, they call it Bezier curve. But we're not going to worry about what things are called. The point is that this whole drawing is made up of these points and these paths, right? They're like, yeah, that doesn't tell me anything, Dan. I know. So let's go ahead and create a new one. Let's go custom size. So let's go letter. There you go. Create file. And boom. Watch this. If you ever, and I'm just going to grab a pencil. Let me see. Blob brush. Boom. If you ever done a puzzle, if you ever drawn a puzzle, and they're called connect the dots. Do you remember that? Have you ever done one of those? All right. Well, let me show you what a connect the dots puzzle looks like for those that don't know. A long time ago, we used to have puzzles called connect the dots. So I have my brush. Let me change my color now so we can see the difference and make this a little bit smaller. There you go. So we used to have a connect the dot puzzles, and they would have like a number, number 1. And so then you would pick a spot and go like this, right? And you're trying to connect the dots. And then you finish to connect the dots, and you're like, oh, that's kind of a car. That's a car. So then you would do it again, and you would go like, you take your time, and I'm drawing at a bad angle right now. Maybe do it better if I do it like that. There you go. And I don't have my gloves, so thanks. Okay. Boom. You're playing connect the dots. You're like, oh, okay, this is a car. And you're connecting the dots. Interesting. Yeah, that's a car, and then we're gonna do the wheels and all that, right? All right, cool. That's a connect the dots puzzle. All right. These dots, we're gonna call them anchor points. The lines that you made, we're gonna call them paths. And now you're looking at vector art. That's it. There's more to it, but this is the simple version. This answer that I came up with a long time ago is a simplified version of what it is. How do we think of vector artwork? Vector artwork is made up of all these different anchor points, and then these anchor points have what we call handles, and these handles help determine whether we have a corner here or do we have a curve. That's all. And it's by mastering where we put these anchor points or connect the dots, is by figuring out how often should we have an anchor point, where should their curve be. Once we figure those little things out, little by little, you start building a picture that then becomes something like, let me find a cool picture, really great, amazing picture. Oh my gosh. I want something that's done with on the Illustrator, because a lot of this stuff, some of this stuff is done in Fresco, but let's get bad Dan. Why not? Once you put together the anchor points in a certain way, Then you can build out a picture that looks like a drawing, and all the anchor points all work together to make that drawing possible. But you have to determine where the anchor point goes. So you don't show up, and it's getting stuck because there's too many anchor points being selected. You don't show up to the drawing and say, let there be anchor points. There is a trick for that, but we're not going to talk about it just yet. Let there be anchor points. Show me my picture. No, it's more of, I have a picture in mind. Maybe we have a sketch, and we got to put the anchor points where they belong so that we can build out that picture. And Melissa Sauer says, yeah, a long time ago. Love that. The connected dots. Yep. So look, it froze up. This is danger. There we go. Let's open up Illustrator again. And so that is what Vector is. And so the other trick that I kind of passed over is that we can draw in Adobe Fresco with our pencil and draw a picture and not worry about the anchor points. And then later we jump from Fresco. Let me see which picture I want. My Scullies. Don't I have any sketchies? We'll figure out the sketchy verse later. But there it goes, opening up one of the Illustrator files that came from Fresco. So this drawing came from Fresco, and there's all my layers. Let me just make a selection. Let me see if it makes a selection. There you go. There's a whole lot of layers here being selected. So let me lock some of these because it's going to cause major problems. Now, of course, this is Adobe Illustrator. So it's the grandpappy of them all. And let me just select that. Boom, there you go. Anchor points. You see these anchor points? Now, when we use Adobe Fresco, we draw with vector brushes. And from Fresco, we export to Illustrator. And Illustrator can now show us all our vector points. Illustrator can now show us all our anchor points. Illustrator can show us all the paths. And that's what you're looking at right now. And I did not have to sit there and drop all those anchor points in one place. It is kind of not a shortcut, because there's no shortcuts. It's just a different way of working with vector depending on who you are. If you like to draw in more natural and organic feeling for your art, Adobe Fresco. If you like the cleanliness of dropping anchor points and making sure your handles are angled correctly, then Adobe Illustrator. And if you're like me, you will work with both of them back and forth over and over and over as part of your projects. That is vector art. Hopefully this was a good enough explanation. I may need to make the video is just short and to the point about what is vector art. Okay, now, of course, there are lots of options. And on the iPad, I am working with the iPad. This is my iPad right here. Look, no wires. It's all connected to my computer to the stream. Anyways, but there's a couple of apps that you want to pay attention to. If you're into the Adobe, then there it is, Adobe Fresco. This is some of this updating. Okay, boom. I just worked on this guy. Let me see, where is it? Where is my hip hop? 50 years of hip hop. There it goes right there. So I just worked on this a week ago, part of the art battle competition with versus Art the Artist. And so there's my piece, 50 years of hip hop. You see all these layers in Adobe Fresco. I have a little button up here. I can click on it, open a copy, Illustrator on iPad, and it will export this document from Adobe Fresco to Adobe Illustrator. And check this out. Check it out. We are living. There it is. Look at all those anchor points. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. Come on, take it slow. Don't crash. Don't crash on me, man. Oh, too many anchor points. Anyways, there it is. Boom. There we go. Okay. Whew. It's tripping. It's tripping. All right. So you got to be careful of how you work it. But the point is that Illustrator and Fresco and Illustrator work well together, and it's trying to catch up. There we go. Come on. and as soon as it catches up, we'll be able to move on. If you're into Adobe and you have the Creative Cloud apps, then I suggest that we work with Adobe Fresco and Adobe Illustrator, because to this day, Adobe is still one of the main standards of in graphics and design. And as you can see, there's all the little anchor points. All those little bubbles are anchor points. Let me go ahead and leave the document so I can save. I guess I did have that document out already. But anyways, now let's go back into Fresco and I can close this document here. But I worked on this drawing with vector brushes. So that's a big helpful workflow for those of us who love vector artwork. There are lots of other apps. Procreate has vector artwork. Graphic is another app for vector artwork. Some of these are free. I have them. I just downloaded them all. Designer is not free, and I have the first version of Designer. Yep. So now they have a 2.0, and as you can see, I haven't done much in here, but there it is. Boom. Vector. There's vector artwork. Vector brush. Yeah. Oh, we need a whole session just to go over all the apps. Oh, let me see. There we go, right here. Infinite Painter. I actually paid for this. This is a Pixel. They have a companion app that's only on Android. It's Infinite Designer, and it's all vector. So yes, this is really good app. Also, let's see, Concepts. It's Vector Infinite Canvas, but you could export a SVG, so there's some good stuff there. Vector Q. They used to, I think on Android they have a vector where you can draw. They have a workspace where you can draw with vector on Vector Q on Android, and then this one just changed name. It was VectorNator, and now it's Curve. I don't know why, and I think I have an account somewhere. What happened? I need to create an account, huh? Is that how it works? No? Can I still open my vector? Yes, there it is. Oh my gosh. So they have updated this app, and there goes the vectors right there. Direct selection tool. Boom. Anchor point. Look at that. Bam. Handles. You move the handle around. Boop, 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 like a DJ. And so, boom, you got your vector app and vector work through this app called Curve. It used to be called VectorNator. I was looking for it. Like, what happened? And there it is. And then we have a bunch more. Man, I can go on and on about these apps. And, of course, Sketchbook is great. I think Medibank or Krita have Vector in it. And I don't have Clip Studio Paint installed on this iPad. I have a different iPad for that. And Clip Studio Paint also includes vector work. What's up, RB in the house? Thank you for stopping through. We are taking our time going through the agenda for today, exploring Vector Maestros, which we did already. And we explained what vector art is, and I'm going through some of the apps that we explore, that we discovered together on the one-on-ones, because not everybody has an iPad, not everybody has the same devices that I have. So I take my time and learn of every app that's out there, so that I can then know, well, what can I use this app for? When is it appropriate? And who can take advantage of it? So I'm gonna grab my iPad and set it to the side over there. Thank you. And grab my coffee, sip a cup. Sip from my cup. And RB says Sketchbook is my favorite. Yes, I think a Sketchbook was one of those apps that were there from the very beginning. So this is my Samsung Tab S8. I got it. I like it. It's a beautiful little device, and it's just heavy. The only thing is heavy compared to the iPad Pro. The Samsung is a little heavy. I used to also have the Samsung Z Fold 2. So the Samsung comes with pins, and I need to start my. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I needed to figure out where's my NDI app for this. And if I have my second camera, I could have it looking down. Let me see if I can try to turn that on. Let me see. camera, video capture, and yep, oops, I should do that. There we go. Video capture, okay. There it is. Yeah. That's the camera above. So this is that camera up there. And why do we need two of me? I don't know. I'm just saying, you know. So just so that we can, no, it still can't see my desk. Anyways, it's all good. All right. Let's see. NDI. Do I remember? Yes, there it is. NDI camera. Oh, so it only has NDI camera. And I need, oh, I know why. I know why I don't need that. I know why. Because I have wires. All right. That's why I didn't do that. There we go. Got a HDMI wire right here. And then I click it onto the connector, the adapter, and then click it on. And then I can go to my USB window, video capture, USB, click OK. And there it is. Why does it look ugly? I don't know. That's all right. I have a second USB, and I have several. We'll see which one grabs correctly. Let's see. There we go. Oh, okay, that's better. Yeah, because the other one looked really bad. And what's crazy is that other adapter works really great for iPad. And not all adapters are the same. There you go. Look at that. Yeah. Okay, let's turn off other stuff. All right, so that's the USB, and turn out that NDI. There we go. So this is, like I said, this is Android. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's great. And I have tons of apps. But I'm not going to go through all of them because I have very few that I'm very interested in. But I will touch on HP Paint. Is it Hit Paint? HP Paint? I don't know. And it collects my data only while using the app. And it has ads. I haven't found how to subscribe so that I get rid of the ads. But it is a Procreate clone. So if you ever wanted Procreate on your Android device, this is it. There it is. Art Life, baby. Let's go. Look, you see how easy it is to draw on this? Oh my God. 2-finger tap, boom, undo. It works great. There is vector options here. But I just wanted to point out that this app is free, and it does have ads, so it's gonna give you a bunch of ads. But the one I want to touch on, there's two, and I don't see the second one. I must have got rid of it. Why did I? No, it's right here. Here it is. Vector Ink. Boom. So Vector Ink is Android only, and there we go. So I like drawing the letter D's. Let's tap on one of them. Hello, Masterpiece Creative. How you doing? There's the direct selection tool. Click and drag. Boom. Anchor points. Do you see that? Oh my God. Oh, it's such a joy for me that I can draw anchor points on my iPad, that I can draw anchor points on my tab. This one is connected. It does have a wire. That I can draw what I like to draw and create the artwork that I like to create on any given device. Let me see. There we go. Oh, yes. Come on. It's trying to get me to do those things. Not yet. And then Infinity Design, I showed you that on the iPad, and it was called, yes, the red one. It was Infinity Painter, but Infinity Design. Let me see. Where are my projects? I got a bunch of them right here. Oof. Boom, the letter D. I like drawing letter D's, okay, because that's my name. This is Vector also. However, it's a brush type of drawing with on this app, and so you're using vector brushes as you would in Fresco. This is what I like about this one. This one doesn't show you the anchor points, but you can draw. There you go, and that is a vector. Oh my gosh. Let me see. That is the brush. I forget how to use all my pieces. Here we go. D for Vector Maestro. You know what? VM, right? I need to do some VMs. Let me see. It's around here somewhere. Maybe it's not that tool. It's in here. It's in here, and there it is, the crop, rotate. I can rotate the whole thing. I don't want that. In any case, let me undo. Let me get rid of that. Once you finish drawing, you can export as a SVG, and then we can open it into a different program to continue our drawings. So yeah, this is a good app. I really like this discard. There we go. Boom. There it goes. A bunch of drawings that are all vector drawings here on the Infinite Design. And those are my go-to apps right here, those first two. And of course, we got Medibang Paint, Krita, Sketches. Oh, I did talk about HP Paint, or is it High Paint? It's High Paint. I forget. Any case, these are just Android apps. All right, let me switch over to a different device. So if you own an Android device, there is a way for you to have access to vector apps. And so I'm going to grab my phone. Look, I'm going to plug in. I don't know how this one's going to show because, again, these HDMI adapters. There it is. Oh, yeah, that's my wife. Okay. But there it is. Vector Ink. Boom. Oh, yeah. And so let me move that over like this. Look, in the middle. Bam. There we go. I've been doing some vector art here with Vector Ink. Again, there goes the direct selection tool. Got it. And then I do have a pin. This is the Surface Duo phone. And so it uses the same. And now here's some other USB-C adapters. It uses the same pin, the Surface pin. And I have a couple of pins in here. Come on, pins. There we go. Let's get this blue one. This blue one is nice. It's and so I can. There we go. Look, I started making a selection. Is it locked? Is my layers locked? Maybe. No, it's not locked. There we go. It's selecting. There it is. It's selecting certain things. So Vector Maestros, we're going to cover as many apps as we can because everybody has different devices. And I want everyone to feel comfortable learning vector art with whatever device they have. And this is, I said, the Samsung. This is the Microsoft Surface Duo. There it is. Design again. All right, come on. I'm trying to do something. So there it is. Boom. I actually made a wallpaper for this phone with this app. Yeah, and it's vector. So I can export it as a SVG, open it in Adobe Illustrator, and continue working on it. To me, that gives you the freedom to have your own workflow based on the tools that you have available right now. All right, let's see what else I got in here that's cool. I got a couple. Oh yeah, and then hit paint again. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. There you go. So of course, you need to watch an ad and all that. Like, yeah, come on. Yeah, but I have been trying to figure out like when are they going to make it a payment? I don't want a subscription. I want a payment. Let me go. What I want it won't snap onto both sides onto the middle. In any case, I want to know when is it gonna make it a payment, a one-time payment, so I can unlock it because I don't want to keep looking at those ads. But there we go. There's the brush. Oh my gosh! And I'm using the Surface pen, the same pen that we use on the Surface devices. All right, and then the last device that I'm gonna bring on, even though I don't have my Surface here with me, I have to walk away, and I don't want to do that. Let me see if I can get this to. Oh, this is the wrong phone. I got. There we go. There's the phone that I'm supposed to be using. Let's go ahead and get it set up in the eye. Start the broadcast, and turn this off, and get that on. Boom. Here we go. Yeah, this is an iPhone. This is just an iPhone. I want artists to be able to use their iPhones for vector art. I don't have any of my pens here. What did I do? That's what I need to make sure I have when I go live, but it's all right. I missed a couple of things for today's live stream, but there it is. Look, Adobe Fresco is on iPhone. Can you believe it? You too can become an amazing artist like Melissa Showers. I'm not signed in. By drawing with Adobe Fresco. Yes. Sketchbook. RB says Sketchbook is his favorite. Close. Oh, now it's a subscription. Purchase the bundle. Import. Okay, nice. A bunch of stuff. Cool. Yeah. Logo shaper. Vector Q. Vector Q is one of my favorite. I did mention this one on the iPad, and basically you bring in a picture and vectorize it, and boom, export it as SVG, and you can use it in your projects as a vector. Again, Pixelnator. It used to be called Pixelnator. Continue. Start creating. All right, whatever. Okay, got it. Okay, learn. Gotcha. Cool. So here's what's on my phone. A bunch of stuff. None of this is my artwork. This came with the app. That's cool. I got it. What does it say? Linearity cloud. Oh, okay. That's good because then you can sync your devices. All right. And then let's not forget we are in on Behance right now streaming. So there it goes. Adobe Express. I haven't signed in, but there you can use the power of AI to vectorize some of your works. So there's a lot of options. And then here, these are the ones, these two, and I haven't opened them here. But let's go ahead and create a document. Create. My iCloud's almost full. I know. Skip. Okay. I got it. There's the pen tool. Tap. Boom. Oh my gosh. Anchor points. What did I tell you? Okay. What if I click and drag? Boom. Right here on my phone, I can work on some ideas that I have. Or if this is the only device that you have, then boom, let's go ahead and start creating some vector art right there. Bam. Oh my gosh, I like it. I was going to check assembly. I think I've seen this before. I played with it before. And it's a free trial. I hate those. Because then they want to charge you and all that stuff. Ask the app not to track. But basically, they have a lot of vector shapes. And you put those vector shapes together. And bam, you can create your new artwork. And Logo Designer, I think, is similar. But it looks like Vector Ink. Oh my! It has that logo of Vector Ink. Where's my Vector Ink? Hold on. It's the same logo. So there we go. Trace new image tracing feature. What? Okay, there goes some settings. Continue. Okay, no design skills required. Logo Designer, free trial. Yeah, I hate that. I don't like that. Let's see. Okay. But see that logo on the top left is similar to the logo for Vector Ink on Android. Okay. And then apparently somebody made those things. All right, that's cool. Let's see what we got. Let me see what size do I want. App icon, Instagram profile, Instagram post. There's the pen tool. As long as I have a pen tool. What? Let's see. There you go. Those are anchor points, and those were handles. Done. Oh my gosh. There's so much stuff out there, and I want to be able to explore them with the artist who has access to a particular setup at the particular device. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's so cool. All right. Last thing is I want to go ahead and let me see. Just go ahead. Yeah, that's it. I just want to touch on the last things that I want you all to remember and take with you today is the fact that we have the website. And let's go ahead right here. There we go. Turn that off. There it is. That's the website. Boom. We have the subscription. Subscribe to exclusive VectorMaestros streams and behind the scene podcast interviews with artists, and that's through Behance and the subscription. And then if you want to check out the one-on-one sessions, then that is at VectorMaestros.com, and you can click through to the sessions page to then start learning vector art. There's different types of sessions, number of sessions really, depending on who you are and what you want to get out of it right away. And you can book it right here online. It's real easy to get to. Tune in on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. That is when I go live here for the Behance streams. And we usually work with two main apps, vectors on iPad or desktop through Adobe Fresco, the vector brushes and lots of layers, plus Adobe Illustrator, vector art with anchor points, freeform grading, and the pen tool. We explore the diverse field of vector apps. We will be doing that every week here on Behance for the subscribers. And the subscribers have access to special channels on the Discord and will be able to join me on Discord instead of having to come to Behance if you don't want to. That's on you. But every week we're going to explore the different apps on Android, Mac, iPad, iPhone, and PC. And here's the list right there. There's a link in the description of the video, and you can get to that link by clicking on, is it blog? No, not blog. Where is it? Is it agenda? Contact. I think it's on contact. There it is. Contact, vector apps, boom. And it's a ton. It's a ton. And I just went over some of them right now, and it's blowing my mind. If you don't want to spend on the Creative Cloud, that's fine. There's other apps out there. Feel free to choose your tools. All right. I am DTM, Delta Tango Mike. Thank you for hanging out with me today. My job is to share what I know and have fun creating art that moves me. And I want to pass that on to anyone who's ready to take a step into vector art, the Art Biz, and anything that's creative. Talk to me. Let me know what you feel. Let me know what you think. And we'll work it out together. The links are in the description of the video. Go ahead and check it out. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. On YouTube, we had Boss GFX. I appreciate you. Thank you, RB, for stopping by. Masterpiece Creative, Teacher Zone, Melissa Showers, Simran, and Tamika Grooms. Oh, and Harsha. Thank you for stopping through. I appreciate y'all. Please send me questions. Connect with me. I am Delta Tango Mike anywhere on the internet. And this is Vector Maestros, also anywhere on the internet. I don't know why that was not working, but I'll figure that out. Oh, yes, I know why, because I had to reset my password, so it's not showing up. In any case, find me anywhere on the internet. Let me know what's on your mind. Let's talk about it, and then let me know when you're ready to jump on some vector art. Talk to you later. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for my regular Wednesday morning live stream at 10 a.m. right here where you found this video. Talk to you later. Peace out.